What's going on, guys? It is Carly here, back with another update video. It has been quite a while. I think my last update was in August, and honestly I could have did this like weeks ago probably, and I just kept putting it off, but the more you put it off, the more stuff you end up with, and that is kind of my case here. Oddly enough, I have a lot of like actual merchandise, random stuff like stuffed animals and shirts and cups and whatnot, just because, you know, Spirit Halloween was open. I got some stuff there, and just a few other little things here that I picked up that I thought were cool. You know, I usually primarily collect movies, but lately I've just been in the mood to pick up some you know, figures and just other collectible items and whatnot, even though I don't really have the space for it necessarily. I do have space, but I just don't want it to get carried away, because then it just gets junky, and you know how that goes. So I have a lot of stuff like that. I do have movies, of course, too. VHS, Blu-ray, and DVD, so a little bit of everything. So yeah, I'm just gonna get right on into it. I guess I'll just start with the Blu-rays. Like I said, I don't really have too many here, but first up we have Ghost Ship, the Scream Factory Collector's Edition of Ghost Ship. This is one that I got from my secret Satan, Mr. James Cox. I don't know how to say your name, dude. I am so sorry, but yeah, so thank you to him. You know, I know this movie's not that good of a film. It's one that really doesn't hold up too well. I do have this on VHS, but I've been kind of trying to collect the Scream Factories because I realize, like, I have a decent amount of them, not like a ton, but a decent amount where I'm like, those look cool on the shelf, so I kind of want to start picking them up, even, you know, I don't really care if they're good films or not, but it does have the slipcover, which is nice, and haven't opened it yet and haven't rewatched it. Maybe I'll like it more on this watch, but who knows. So yeah, thank you again to him. He got me actually the next thing that I'm going to show here as well, which is pretty cool, and that is the Vestron edition of Shivers. David Cronenberg Shivers. This is a movie that I watched with JP and Austin, and I believe Andrew as well, back when we first started hanging out with Andrew and Austin Schroyer, and it was one that JP brought over for us to watch, and I really enjoyed it. It's like apartment horror. You know, it's very much kind of a, what are these things, like slug type things. I know the movie, not Slugs, what's the movie? Slither, the guy who made that said he's kind of inspired by this, and you could definitely tell. So it's got some gross out moments and some, it's just very visually stunning to me. It's like one of those movies that's all very much white, and it's just very, very pretty movie. I just rewatched it recently and really dug it. It's a strange one, but I enjoy it, and I'm happy to have this Vestron. I've been wanting to start collecting these, and now that I have one in my possession, I feel like I have to get them all. This is number 18 here, and yeah, I just feel like all the movies that Vestron has released are ones that I enjoy, or no, they just seem like ones that I will enjoy. So I do want to start collecting this line. So far, this is the first one I have, so thank you again to James for that. Then after that, we have Piewacketts. This movie came out in 2018, I believe, and just kind of missed my top 10 list. There was a lot of decent films from that year, so it was like on the cusp. It was one of those ones that, you know, I had a bunch of movies rated 8 or 8.5, and it was like right down there. Good film, definitely, kind of about, you know, witchcraft, which I tend to enjoy those movies. This is the, you know, I've seen Midnight, and it's a Scream Factory as well, so that's cool. And I also got this at Dollar Tree, so that was a pretty cool find, because it is, you know, on Blu-ray, and it's a movie that I really enjoy. I rewatched this one recently too, and yeah, it's good, and it's great for Halloween time, I would say, because it's actually has like a fall type of setting. I don't think they ever mention it being Halloween time or anything like that in it, but you know, it's about like witchcraft, and it looks like it's set in the fall, so it was a great one for that type of atmosphere. So happy to have this one. And that's all the Blu-rays I had, just those 3. Now I have just 2 VHS tapes here, and they're ones that I picked up just the other day, actually. First up we have the Exorcist 3. This is one that I've never seen before, but I always hear it's really good and that I need to check it out. So happy to have it. It's a little beat up, and honestly, you know, I bought this at this like thrift store inside the mall near me. I was actually trying to do a horror hunting video, and then I got sidetracked and ended up only going to 2 places, so I might do a continuation of that video and just add these clips in there as well. But you know, it was a bit overpriced. This was like $5, and like I said, it's kind of beat up. I usually would not spend more than like 99 cents on a VHS tape, but this dude, he must have been a big horror fan because he just had a ton of horror VHS tapes, and a lot of them were in good condition, like in sleeves and stuff, but those ones of course were more expensive. So $5 I kind of decided was like the limit I was gonna spend if I was gonna buy any of his tapes, and just couldn't help myself. I mean, I thought it was a cool one to have on tape, so hopefully it works alright and everything like that. Usually a damaged cover doesn't mean like the tape's gonna be busted or anything like that, so excited to finally get to check this one out. Then after that, another one that I bought from that guy for $5 again. It's kind of a weird one, but it's Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2. I only grabbed this because it's completely sealed, so it's like new. It looks like he never opened it, and oh, maybe he did, but either way, it's sealed, and the cover looks like it's in good condition, but yeah, this is one I just didn't own at all on any format, and it's one that I haven't seen since I was a kid, and I remember liking it quite a bit, so I'm excited to rewatch this one. I'll probably watch this one sooner than later because I'm curious to see if I still have the same enjoyment value out of it. I actually like this one a lot more when I was younger than I liked the original Blair Witch Project, because to me as a kid, I just found that to be rather boring. Now I love the Blair Witch Project. I think it's pretty much a perfect film, and it's one that I enjoy watching, so it's funny how your opinions change. I'll probably like this one because I still see people saying good things about it, so we shall see on that. And yeah, that's it for the VHS. I will now go into the DVDs, and again, I don't have like a ton of DVDs. I have a decent amount, but a lot of them are Dollar Tree pickups, and sadly enough, it seems like I don't know if Dollar Tree has stopped getting movies or what, but they didn't have any in October. That was the only month that, since I've been going, that they didn't have any new DVDs or Blu-rays out, and that's unfortunate because it was Halloween time. It seemed like a good, it would have been awesome to pick up some horror movies there, but they did not get any new ones, and now we're in the middle of November and I haven't heard anything, so, because my dad is like a manager there, and he hasn't said anything about his store to me, and he usually gives me the heads up, and I haven't seen any elsewhere, so I hope they're not like done with that, because I mean that's pretty awesome. You know, I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing me talk about them, but they're only $1. So but first up is a movie that I didn't get from Dollar Tree. It's actually another one that I had picked up in that horror hunting video that did not come to be yet, and that is The Skeleton Key from 2005. Found this at Goodwill, and I typically don't buy DVDs at Goodwill or anything like that. I'm just not that interested in buying DVDs. I've said this a million times. I'd rather get like a cool VHS or a Blu-ray of a movie that I like. DVDs, it's just like I could get this anywhere. The only reason I really grabbed it is because it is a 2005 movie, and that's the next year that I'll be participating in on 22 Shots podcast. So you know, when we do our top 10 of 2005, and this is actually a pretty solid movie. I will say right off the bat, this is a contender for me. I saw this when I was young. I've actually seen it several times as a kid, and I always remember like thinking it was good but not like loving it, and this time around I was super into it. So great movie. Kate Hudson and some other actors, but it's good stuff if you've never seen it before. I think it's pretty cool, and has like a very creepy sort of atmosphere to it, so definitely recommend. After that, we have a movie that's also not a Dollar Tree movie after I just said all that, and that is Reincarnation, another 2005 movie actually. This is one that Derek, Mr. Derek had sent to me, so thank you to him, and he just did it because it's a 2005 movie, and obviously it's an Asian film. Not sure exactly looks like I think it's Japanese. It's from the creators of The Grudge, so yeah, I would say this is Japanese. Reincarnation, he said it's one that he enjoys, so I'm excited to crack into this. Haven't opened it yet and haven't watched it, never seen it before, so yeah, it's one of the 8 films to die for, which I think I only have one other one from this line, and it's the Abandoned movie, which I don't really care for, but I'm sure this is nothing like that. It seems like it's going to be pretty cool, so I'm excited to watch this. Then after that, we have a Dollar Tree movie, and that is The Midnight Man. This one was completely surprising to me. I was trying to crack into more of the movies that I picked up at Dollar Tree, even though a lot of them looked horrible, but I was very curious. I was going through one of those phases a few weeks ago where I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna watch these and give them a chance, and maybe I'll find like a gem or something. And I would say this one was kind of a gem. It's not one I had heard of. It's got Ken Foree in it, and it's not one of those things where he's like got a 3-second rule and that's it. He's actually a prominent character in the movie. It's really only 3 people in the film, so I assume this probably isn't like the highest budget. What year did this come out? I know it's 2017, I believe, so it took me by surprise because it's more of a horror comedy, and the cover of the film and the back of the film, like, this scene's not even in the movie, it's just like a random picture, and they make it sound like it's gonna be some sort of horror movie where a couple gets like tormented by this midnight man, but that's really not the case at all. You know, I don't want to go into it and give it all away, but I really enjoyed this. It was a fun time. Some of the comedy worked for me, some of it was a little over the top, but whatever. It was kind of just a fun type of movie that you could throw on and easily follow, so I thought it was rather cool. Then after that, we have American Conjuring. Yeah, this is another example of one that I was like, I'm just gonna check it out. It looks horrible, but who knows? And at first, it didn't seem that bad. It was actually kind of funny because it's clearly like ripping off the Amityville horror, and there's just a lot of tropes to it. So you have like this stepfather in it, and you have a teenage daughter who is rebellious and can't stand him, and she's all like, why can't I miss dad, and stuff like that. And then you know, it's kind of one of those things where the dad starts going crazy in the house, the new house that they just got, and it's very much like Amityville in those aspects, so I was kind of like having a fun time with that in a way, but it soon overstayed its welcome. I would say in the second half it gets like really just like miserable to watch. Like, I'm just kind of like, okay, I'm done with this. It's only 84 minutes, but still just not a lot going for it. It's very low budget. The acting's not that good. Honestly, like, there's some acting that's decent. I feel like at the beginning the acting's better than in the second half, if that makes sense. The mother was kind of atrocious, and I thought the dad was alright, the daughter was okay. There's a little younger daughter in the movie too. I thought she was pretty bad, but overall, you know, I would never say, like, seek this out. Obviously, it's called American Conjuring. Very generic title, very generic cover. But this this girl is actually in the movie. I know sometimes, a lot of times, like, these generic covers are just using, they're like, let's find a creepy image of a girl and put it on there, and that'll be that. That'll trick people into watching it. But they actually do have a character that looks like this, so I was kind of like, oh, well, that's good. At least they tried with that. But, yeah, not very good. Not very good at all. Then after that, we have some movie called Broken. Honestly, I have no idea what this is about. Looks like it's like some movie. It says like a girl flees her troubled past, and then stuff comes back to haunt her. One of those types of movies. Sounds kind of generic, honestly. I never heard anyone talk about this one. Again, another Dollar Tree pickup from 2018, and runs 98 minutes, so I'll probably check this out soon, but I have no comment on it really because I have no idea what it's all about. Then after that, we have a movie called 65th, and that's referring to the street that these people live on, I believe, or maybe their house number, I don't know. But it's called 65th, and yeah, this is very bottom of the barrel, low budget. You could tell some, like, just a family and friends put this together. It's mainly set in this house. There is a part that the girl goes to a store, and that's kind of it. And there's like some shots in a park. I can't even really tell you what this is about. I think it's supposed to be about, like, the wife is one of those things where something happened to her in the past and she got away from it and now it's back to haunt her. Kind of like what I just said with that Broken movie is what that sounds like, but there's just nothing really going on in this film. It's kind of comical, just seeing the characters interact and stuff like that. It feels like it had heart behind it. I'm not going to say it didn't. I can see like they definitely had fun making this movie. And this one only runs 74 minutes, so I was like, oh, I'll give it a shot. But 74 minutes can even feel like a lifetime when you're watching a movie that just doesn't have much to it, and that's kind of what I got from it. So definitely not a good film whatsoever, but I appreciate the effort that they put into it at least. Then we have a movie called The Lady in Black, another generic looking film, and I have not watched this one yet, and I don't want to watch this one anytime soon because it's 112 minutes. Like, what are you doing? This movie it just looks god-awful, and it just looks very much like it's probably going to be a basic ghost story, very low budget, and it's almost 2 hours long. So I'm definitely putting that one on the back burner. It was one I was kind of curious about to give a shot, but when I saw that runtime, that really scared me away because it's like the nerve. But who knows? It might be a masterpiece. Maybe I'm just talking shit. We'll see. After that, we have Bride of Scarecrow. I did watch this one, and it wasn't too bad, honestly. It was a lot better than I expected. Obviously, a haunted type of Scarecrow movie. Scarecrow that's terrorizing this family because he wants something from them. It could have been better, though. The kills and gore is like really bad and fake looking, or the blood rather. There's not really any gore, I would say, but it's just that very bad fake blood that looks like really watered down, if you guys know what I'm talking about. And it gets a little boring throughout it. I wish there was more Scarecrow stuff because I think they could have had a fun movie here, but you really just don't get that much with the Scarecrow to make it super fun. So, but with that being said, I thought the acting was alright and the story was decent. It was decent. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen, for sure. Then after that we have Stage Frights. I've never seen this one before. Not sure what people really think of this one, but when did this come out? 2014, and yeah, I have not watched it, but I thought it looked pretty cool. I feel like I've heard mixed opinions on it maybe whenever it came out, but I can't really comment much on it because I don't really, not really sure, but again, it was $1 and it seems like it'll probably be better than some of these other movies I watched, so hopefully it's not too bad. Then this one was pretty cool. It's The Hitchhiker, which was an HBO TV series, I believe. And it's 10 standalone tales, so there's 10 like episodes going on in this. It's a very thick case, and it's still sealed. I have not opened this yet, and I kind of want to crack into this one soon because I'm very curious on it. I've seen a lot of people say that they really love this and enjoy it, so I'm a little bit excited. It's one that I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So hopefully I like it. Like I said, I'll probably try to watch this one soon and see what these little tales are all about. So pretty cool. Running time 300 minutes, 10 stories, 10 episodes rather. And then lastly for the DVDs, guys, we have Clowntown. Yeah, this one wasn't too bad, honestly. I watched it. Killer clown movie, or about like these people who break down in this town, or they go to this town because I think one of the girls lost her cell phone and this dude's like, hey, I'll bring it to the next town over, just meet me there. And then they go there and there's all these clowns that start kind of terrorizing them in the town. I like that type of setting and that type of stuff where you're kind of in a secluded area and there's all these bad people, kind of like Children of the Corn or something like that, if you want to really compare that to Clowntown. But I thought it was actually alright. It wasn't too bad. Wasn't the best thing ever. Again, it feels low budget. The acting's kind of choppy at times, but I had fun with it at least. Clown movies aren't something that I like go crazy about and seek out, especially nowadays where you have so many clown ripoffs trying to you know, bank off of the It movies that were such a success. But this one definitely wasn't too bad. Alright guys, so that's it for the movies, and now we shall get into the toys, I guess, that I have here. First up, I guess I'll just show this. I bought this Jason Voorhees water bottle cup at the Spirit Halloween store this year. Made 2 trips there this year, or I think 3 rather, but I only bought stuff the one time. The other times it was just so packed. JP and I actually went, I think in September, when no one really cared yet, so that's when I picked this up, and yeah, I always like going there. I actually really like these cups. I take these, you know, these are, I do display them on my shelf, but I also kind of take turns with them because I have 2 other ones. I have a Child's Play one and a Jaws one, and I take them to work, you know, put water in them and have water at work. So they're nice, you know, put a straw in it. I take the straw out because I think it's just kind of gross to keep reusing that, and I use bendy straw, and they make for good display. Can't go wrong with Jason merchandise. So I was happy with this. Then after that, I got this other cup, which is mainly just for display because I don't really use cups a whole lot in my house. You know, I live alone, and usually I'll just buy like bottles of water, Gatorade, or Coke, or something like that. So I don't really actually physically pour stuff into cups a lot. So this was mainly just for show, and it's the Shining cup. Again, it's not like a water bottle, it's just a basic plastic cup, but thought it was pretty cool. You know, I love The Shining, my favorite movie, favorite horror movie rather of all time, and just as the girls there, red rum, and you know, Danny riding his thing, so bike, whatever. Yeah, pretty cool, like I said, it's just for display purposes mainly, not really for drinking, but whatever. Then after that, another few things here that I bought just for display because I don't really use these. I think most people just buy these to collect, honestly, but they're shot glasses. Michael Myers one says, oh, it actually, this is like Rob Zombie's Halloween. I didn't even realize it says a Rob Zombie film, Halloween, on the back, so that's kind of what that's supposed to be there. But Michael Myers, it's a plastic shot glass. I think these were only like $1 a piece, so picked up 3 of them, and JP got a bunch as well. So grabbed that one, and then I got Trick or Treat one. Of course, the Bitten Lollipop is on it, and that's it for that. It's just a black basic one, but I love Trick or Treat, so had to grab that. And then this other little Trick or Treat one that has Sam on it. There we go. Sam says Trick or Treats, and it's kind of like the material, looks like the material, you know, that Sam's wearing. So thought that was pretty cool. You know, they're plastic, they're cheap, and they're just for display. I'm not like taking mad shots out of these or anything like that. So pretty cool just to put on the shelf. Then after that, I actually got this at Walmart the other day because it was like on their clearance items when you first walk in, and I just thought these were cool. It's an Alien figure. I'm not the biggest fan of the Alien franchise, but I do enjoy the first one for what it is, so had to grab that. And it also comes with like this little egg too that I thought was cool. It did come in, you know, a box, but these aren't like Funko Pops or anything like that. I forget what these were called. They were kind of like knockoff Funkos, because that's what most toys are nowadays, or collectibles rather, just knockoffs of the Funko Pops. But I just thought it was cool. There was like a black one, a brown one. There was one of Ripley and a few others. JP actually bought them all because I think this was only like $2, so why not? Just a cute little thing to put on the shelf. Not cute, but you know, cool little display thing, and it's tiny, so it doesn't take up too much room. Then after that, I got this little, speaking of Funko Pops, Michael Myers Funko Pop. Yes, I know I'm committing a sin because I took it out of the case, but I just can't stand those boxes. That's kind of why I never collected these, because I just see people with their displays of all of them in the box, and no offense to anyone, but I just don't like how that looks. It just looks sloppy to me, and I just like to be able to see my actual figure. And I got this from James as well, so thank you to him. This was the 3rd item that he gave me for the Secret Satan that we do, and yeah, it's actually my first Funko, because as I just said, I never really was a fan of these. A lot of times I find them to be uninspired. They're just very basic, but a lot of the horror ones they've been coming out with, I'm interested in having, so I've been putting those on my wish list and stuff like that for other people to maybe get, because I just didn't feel like buying them myself. But the Michael Myers one I thought was cute and a good display piece as well, so that is that. And then, speaking of Michael Myers, we have this little, Michael Myers plushie. I thought this was super cool. I actually got this at the drive-in, the Riverside Drive-In in Vandergrift, PA. That's the one that I've talked about numerous times. JP and I go to twice a year for their Monster-Rama events, and first time ever they had like some dude set up selling some merchandise. You know, he had this one, JP actually bought a Freddy one, and then I think there was a Chucky one as well. I didn't really like those ones as much. I thought they were kind of goofy, but I just liked it. Like this, they actually did a good job on the face here. I know you could buy these online, and it's got the Halloween 2 tag here, so I guess it's supposed to be the Halloween 2. Michael doesn't really look like it in that sense, but I just like it. I really like the hair on it, and you know, kind of a cheap looking knife, and he's holding a pumpkin, so I had to get it. I put this on my bed and sleep with him every night, so I'm a weirdo. Speaking of plushies and Michael Myers, I also got this one at Walmart. This is, I think this is a Funko plushie exclusive, whatever, and the tag on this says The Curse of Michael Myers, so I guess it's supposed to be part 6. Michael Myers looks more like H2O. It doesn't really look like anything. Like, I don't think this is that good. I mean, compared to this one, like, you could see there's, like, they actually tried with this one. This one's just kind of like, hey, let's make money and put these out for like $10 a piece. I thought that was kind of expensive, but I don't know. I just wanted it. I just thought they looked cool together. So, yeah, like I said, I display these both on my bed, just kind of on the corner, and looks cool. Whatever. Michael Myers. If I ever see more of these plushies, I guess I'll start collecting them, because they just look neat sitting next to each other. Then after that, I have this Jason mask, yes, which I think is actually pretty good. I got this at Rite Aid. JP got one as well. I think it was like $10, maybe, something like that. So, you know, I think it looks pretty decent for being at a drugstore. You know, usually you see these at like Dollar General or something, but they're those really crappy, cheap, like just blank face. They don't even look like a hockey mask, but it's like Jason. But yeah, I thought this was pretty cool. I like this. I'm not gonna like wear this around or anything, but again, just for display, I kind of just use this and hang it off of one of my shelves, and it looks pretty nifty. So was pretty happy with that. Then after that, I have a few shirts here, 2 shirts to be exact. First one we have is this Camp Blood shirt. Camp Blood, what was that, 6? Yeah, if you guys remember, I went to this event last year, JP and I. It's at the Mahoning Drive, and I've noticed a lot of people around here, around my area at least, know about this drive, and it's pretty popular. They only play retro movies, and I believe they go like all year long, or if not, they go like further into the year than other drive-ins do, where most of them close in the summertime, but they strictly play retro ones and do these big events. Like they have Freddy Fest, where they play Nightmare on Elm Street movies, and then they have you know, they just did a Halloween one where they played like some of the Halloween films, and they had what's her name, Sandy Johnson signing autographs, and Tom Savini as well. So they've been going kind of hard, and I know they're trying to make it more of a convention type of setup, and this is honestly the funnest thing that I've gotten to do this year, because it's been such a crappy year, and all regular conventions have been canceled. But they had Felissa Rose there, they had Ari Lehman there, and they had, I forget what his name was, someone from the Funhouse there, because they played the Funhouse and Sleepaway Camp, and of course some of the Friday the 13th films at this event. And I bought a shirt because I bought a shirt at the one that we went to last year. It's got all the movies featured on it, just kind of finagled in there, and I think it's pretty cool. You know, you got Sleepaway Camp, you got first Jason there. You got the burning as the sort of silhouette. What else? You got Jason from part 7. It's really hard to kind of see. This one's a little bit dark, but yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I'm definitely going to collect these shirts every time I go because I think they sell them every year. So definitely the highlights of 2020 for me. Then speaking of first Jason, we met him and he was super nice. He like gave us an autograph and a photo and I think his CD for like $20. Both of us together, like it was like $20, and then for an extra $20 I decided like, hey, you know what, I'll buy one of your shirts too because you're so nice. And I think the shirt's actually pretty rad. You know, this dude gets like a lot of not necessarily hate, but everyone kind of makes fun of him because he's been like riding on that first Jason fame his whole life, where of course he's like the first Jason to jump out of the water and he named his band that. But I actually have a new respect for him. He was like one of the nicest guys I've ever met, super friendly, and he's just super into the genre, super into Jason. All his songs for the most part were about Jason. Like I said, JP actually bought the CD, and you know, some of those songs were kind of catchy, I'm not gonna lie, and he plays a guitar, so he's cool. But yeah, I bought his band shirts, and I thought, you know, it doubles as just a cool horror shirt, because if you can see that, it's got Alice, and he's jumping out. It's kind of hard to see on the camera, but just pretty cool artwork there. So I was happy to buy this and kind of support him with that. Then after that, let's see, we have this Halloween Curse of Michael Myers hat. Halloween 6 must be like the movie that everyone has the rights to make merchandise on, because I noticed like most stuff you buy with Michael Myers, like I have a blanket there and it's clearly the part 6 Michael Myers. It's all like Halloween 6, but that's fine. I like Halloween 6. I know a lot of people kind of have mixed feelings on it, don't really like it, but I'm a fan, so I wear this hat proudly. And I like this a little bit more than my Friday the 13th hat that I wear sometimes. For one thing, like the beak, is that what you call this? It's not completely flat, but it's not completely bent either, because I just don't like the ones that are like super bent down. I think they look kind of, I feel like they make your face look shaped weird or something like that. I don't know. And the flat one I feel is like a little bit too flat. Is that what they called them? Like just flat brimmed hats, but obviously it's supposed to look like that. But I think this one fits me like a lot better, and it's also smaller on top. Like the Friday the 13th one is like just a little bit beefier with the hat, I guess. I don't know what I'm really trying to say, but it just fits me nicer and I think it looks better on me. So I bought this at Spencer's, yeah, and that's where I got the Friday the 13th one as well. They have some cool hats there every once in a while, and I never used to be a hat wearer, but now I'm a big fan of it. As you can see, I'm wearing one here, which is also a new hat, but I'm a fan of it now because I hate messing with my hair, so happy to have this. I think it's pretty cool. And then after that, we have this blanket. I also bought this at Spirit Halloween, and it's the same design as that cup where, I don't know, I won't open the whole thing, but you know, it's the girls, the Grady sisters, twins, whatever you call them, and yeah, like I said, I'm not going to open the whole thing. It's the same look as what this cup is. Basically, it's got all that, and it also has no work and no play. I guess well, no, I'm not doing that. It has all work and no play, makes Jack a dull boy at the bottom, so I thought it was pretty cool. I put this on my bed and just, you know, spice up my bed a little bit, and the only thing I don't really like is, like, you know, the way the girls' faces look. I know in the movie that's how they look too. One's kind of looking up, one's kind of looking down, but the shading of, no, this one here is looks a little bit wonky. It actually looks better on the camera now that I'm looking at it, but it's a little strange looking with just the way they shaded it, but I guess that's what they had to do to make it look as realistic as possible. But again, I just put this on my bed and it looks cool with my Michael Myers plushies as well. So that is that. And then I guess lastly, guys, is this beanie that I'm wearing. I actually bought this at Five Below. Yeah, if you guys don't know about Five Below, I'm pretty sure those are everywhere, but awesome store. Everything is $5 or less. The thing that gets me is that most of the stuff I want is $5, so it's like, it's one of those dangerous stores where you leave there and it's like your total is $150 and you're like, oh, how did that happen? Oops. But yeah, this was $5 there. Went in there one night looking for something completely random. I think I was looking for cookie cutters. I just thought, because that store has a lot of random crap sometimes, and I thought maybe they'll have it here, but they did not. And then as I was walking out, I saw there was a Halloween section. They had this as well as a Jack Skellington one, and I think there might have been one other one there, but I went with the It one because I'm more of a fan of Pennywise than like Jack Skellington. And cool thing about this, it's kind of ridiculous, but it's actually a mask as well. Yes, and now, yeah, so it pulls down and it could be a mask. And you can see it through these eye holes because they're like netted, and you can actually see pretty well. I haven't like worn this anywhere. I look so stupid right now, but anyway, so yeah, it morphs into that. And honestly guys, I'm not a big fan of beanies. Like, this one's kind of growing on me a little bit, but I don't know, like, it's just like, what's this? Like, it's just so poofy, and I feel like it makes my head look big, and I just like to pull it back, and I just don't feel that cute in this, I'm not gonna lie. But I wear it anyway whenever I don't feel like doing my hair, and pretty much when I wear this shirt, this is the only Pennywise shirt I have, so I'm like, oh, it kind of obviously coordinates with it, so that's kind of cool, I guess. But yeah guys, that is enough of me rambling on, and that'll do it for this update. I actually didn't have as much stuff as I felt like I had. I think it's just because I had so much random other stuff that I bought, like that's not movies this time, but I didn't have as many movies as I had thought. So yeah, I'm probably gonna try to keep up with these updates, because like I said, I just get to the point where I don't feel like doing them, and then more and more time passes, and then I accumulate more and more stuff, and it's like, well, it's just gonna get worse. So gonna try to keep these monthly or bi-monthly if I can. I didn't really want to do one in October since I was doing 31 Days of Horror anyway, so. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you again for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next video.